On today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Now, today we're back inside of our Titanoboa favorites project module. We're going to do some reading, and then I'm going to show you everything we read over inside of the actual contract. So note, when we run our script and print the favorites contract variable without the type keyword, you will see that it is still an instance of the ABI contract class, but will not show the type of object. This is what the output will look like. You can see we will just have the favorites interface at this address and the file that it's coming from, which is going to be favorites.by. This favorites interface is the same as the ABI contract class. It is just a different way of representing the same object. Now the address here is the address of the contract on the Pi EVM network, and the file.favorites.by is the file that the contract was loaded from. And we can also check the address of the contract by using the favorites contract.address property. This is how we can do that. We would say print favorites contract.address. And we will keep all three of the print statements inside of our define main function so that we can see what each output looks like for testing purposes. Also note, type hints are not required in Python, but are good practice to follow as they can help with code readability and understanding, especially when working with larger projects or teams. Now, running our script with or without type hints will not affect the functionality of our code, but it will help us understand what type of object we're working with and make it easier to work with the bowl package. And notice if we are ever getting an error when trying to run our type hints, it is likely because we have to import the ABI contract class from the bowl contracts module. Let's go down a little bit more. Now this will look like this. We will say from boa.contracts import ABI contract. Now also note, we only need to do this if we are using, let me close this. If we are using type hints in our code and we are getting an error saying that the ABI contract class is not defined, if we are not using type hints or if we are not getting an error, we do not need to import the ABI contract class. Let's have a look at our actual contract. I think it just closed. But yeah, that was that right there. So basically, if we're not running any type hints or we're not getting an error, we don't actually need to do this step here, the from boa contracts ABI contract. We don't need to do that step. And also, what we read earlier, if we run with type hints, we're going to get the class like I showed you earlier. It will say the class of our object, which would be the ABI contract. But if we don't run it with the type hint, we're just going to get back our favorites interface at this address here. This address is actually where it's located on the Pi EVM network. And then we're going to get back our file favorites.by, letting us know this is where the contract is coming from. So basically, that's what it looks like there. And tomorrow we're going to be back inside of our contract so I can show you what everything looks like and we can navigate through it. So stay tuned for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.